So my friend, I do this other show, and it's a podcast. And our problem is we haven't been consistent with it, trying to sync up our schedules. But we recorded an episode earlier today that I'll put out tomorrow, the next day, and it's called Bad Daditude. And it's my friend Josh and I who just sit around and just bitch about our kids and our wives for a little bit, or parenting in general. We kind of like parenting uncensored. Josh, I told him to call up the show here this afternoon.
You use that word "friend" very, very loosely.
All right, we're right. Okay. Well, I wouldn't
say we're
too.
friends.
No. Well,
would you say that we're actually friends?
I mean, we don't do a lot of stuff together, but that's because. Okay, this guy, I swear to God, he is in. Are you in a lot of activities like your kids do? Your two boys do a lot, like because anytime I ask him to do something, he's like, oh, I got Cub Scouts or I got this and that.
We got
I'm like,
baseball, soccer,
bullshit,
business, BS. Yes.
Yeah. So I think if we had more free time, we would. No, okay. You know what,
Josh? He really wants your friendship, but he really wants your friendship.
I have 2 scout meetings tonight. Tomorrow night I have some kind of something for their school, and I have another meeting before that. I mean, I cook, I do homework. I'm a busy guy, and I'm responsible.
And you're fat and you're ugly too. That's don't forget that. Don't forget that. What do you?
That's the only defense you have is that now that I'm fat,
it's the only one I need.
Skinnier than you.
Yeah.
Whenever I was skinnier than you.
Yeah.
Put you to shame.
Yeah. He lost.
Put you to shame, and I felt bad for you. So you know what? I felt bad for you, and I said I'm going to start gaining weight back. That's what I did.
Josh,
I felt bad for you.
All right. When Josh used to be, we used to work on a show together, a radio show here in Houston at KRBE, and Josh was like 340 pounds. Like just huge. And he, over the course of how long did it take you to lose all that weight?
Like a year and a half.
Dude, he was skinnier than me. I mean, it was like a different person. Now he's creeping up and getting fat again. So he's always been ugly. But
no, I'm not creeping up on it. I'm definitely fat again.
You're there.
There's no creeping.
we were just.
I'm not creeping up on anything.
We were just talking and in the commercial break, and Josh said he was making meatball stew at the moment. And growing up in Louisiana, correct me if I'm wrong, but my mom, anything we cooked at night, it had rice and gravy involved.
Oh, yeah. It was like pork chops and rice and gravy. There was always some kind of steak and rice and gravy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everything was rice and gravy. It was rice and gravy and corn. Every once in a while, you had a good vegetable like green beans or peas or... Remember those butter beans?
Yeah.
Dude. Oh, hold on. My timer's going off.
Really?
Yes.
Such a busy guy.
No, I'm good.
I know. Rice and gravy.
I always had a rice with a meal, too.
For the rice.
What's that, Lou?
I always had a rice with a meal.
What?
Rice and beans.
Oh,
tortillas.
Yeah.
That was me.
Rice and beans are good when you're in college. I mean, you expect that to be every meal in college.
Well, this is like Mexican rice and beans.
Yeah.
Some Mexican rice with some refried beans, flour tortilla, maybe a little scrambled egg and chorizo.
Well, let me ask you this. Was it like pure like Mexican food? Like or are your parents like off the boat kind of thing?
Well, not off the boat. No, they're American citizens, but yes, they're from Mexico. They came over the right way. We are. I wouldn't be here right now, man. I'll be on the other.
Look, I'm not trying to get them deported. I just want to know. Number one, saying off the boat is wrong in the first place because all you have to do is climb over the border. There is no boat.
No boat whatsoever.
So that was number one. Yeah,
so you should have said so your parents over the fence or what?
Or just you could also say they might be a good swimmer. I mean it's in the genes. No, it's all legit. No, we have some good authentic Mexican food.
It was authentic,
right?
There's refried bean. I have a question about refried beans.
Okay,
is that authentic or is that bull? Is that authentic Mexican food?
Yes. You can make pinto beans a lot of different ways to be authentic, but yes, you will find a lot of refried beans. And it's called Go ahead.
Why are refried beans only fried once?
Because we like to get fat and refry them again.
You know what?
Well, no,
I thought you were going to say, why are we talking about beans? All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Josh is, he told me earlier today, give you a little sneak peek into the episode. I can't believe this. His oldest is 11. And tell Lou and everybody else what your kid came home with now. What does he have?
Well, he didn't come home with it. What's funny is, okay, so for Halloween, he didn't know what costume he was going to wear. And so I literally on the day of Halloween, I had to go pick out a costume, and I said, I'm going to let him wear his wife beater. His jeans are all torn up, and I got him a Joe Dirt wig.
That's awesome.
And so my wife goes in to pencil in his mustache, and she didn't have to do much work. Dude, at 11 years old, and he just turned 11 in October, full-on mustache. I mean, the mustache is there, yes, and the voice is changing. So we're going through all this at 11 years old. The question is, at 11, do you shave at that point, or you just let that dirty look go for another couple years?
It's kind of like when like girls, like, you know, the mothers won't let them shave their legs until they get to a certain age, you know, because that means, I don't know what that means.
I mean, if you can comb the peach fuzz, I think you got to get rid of it.
It's not combable yet, but it's very evident. The Scoutmaster for Cub Scouts said that Billy won the award at the Pinewood Derby the other day for only kid in elementary school with a mustache, and it's true.
Solid.
Oh, I have the worst facial hair. Like, it just doesn't grow in. So like now an 11-year-old is going to have a better set of facial hair than me, and that's just sad.
You know why you should be upset? Because you have aunts in Louisiana that have more facial hair than you do.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Do you have an aunt, Lou, with a mustache?
I'm sure I do somewhere.
Don't you guys, have you ever been into, and this is like when you go into like hillbilly town, okay? I experienced this when I was up in the Midwest in certain parts of Kentucky and stuff. Like you go to a drive-through at a, you know, fast food place or whatever, and the woman like pops out and she's got a full-on goatee, like
God.
full on
with the underarm hair and everything, just, you know,
God.
Not good.
No.
There's a Chinese restaurant close to here, and Nicole went and got some takeout, and she said that she had one strand of hair under her chin that was probably about 5.5 to 6 inches long.
Oh God!
I mean,
that's sexy.
At what point do you not care that it's there anymore?
Okay, I'm glad.
Just let it grow.
I'm glad you said that, because guys, at what age do you, as a man, do you become? What age is it where you just don't care anymore? And you're like, I went to the bathroom here in the hallway just a little while ago, and this old man is you know, right next to me, and he comes in, and first of all, he's talking to me at the urinal, which is weird, but then he's saying something, and he's just like farting. He's blowing him out like as he's peeing, you know.
They're good at that.
Yeah.
It always happens.
But they don't even acknowledge it. Like, look, that's just the way it is.
No.
Or they'll moan real loud. Oh,
Yep.
oh yeah.
My dad always goes, oh, well, excuse me. Why you just don't care?
It's not only that, but it's I guess you have to gauge it too by what age are you when you start to make noises on the toilet. Because I mean, in radio stations, the toilets are like it's not good in any restroom, in any radio station.
Yeah.
And I remember going into at 19 years old, going into the bathroom, and I mean, this guy was just cranking out. He was
oh yeah,
and just like making the noises that go along with it. I was like, are you trying to impress me? Is this a mating ritual? I mean, are you trying to lure someone in? I don't know what's going on. And I find that now, like, there are times whenever it just calls for a little bit of noise, and you have to help it along.
Yeah.
And I don't care. I don't care who's in there.
What about the
Doesn't
guy?
bother me.
What about the guy at the urinal who pulls his pants all the way down to the ground? Have you ever experienced that? That's weird.
Oh,
That's
yes.
weird. That is so.
That's the same guy that's at the YMCA or any place that you work out that is in the hand dryer, and he's got his leg raised so it can dry off his undercarriage.
Yeah. No, you can say balls. It's okay. This is the internet. Balls.
Okay.
Yeah, or you go and you put they put their leg up on the bench next to you and they're drying it off with a towel and you're like, whoa.
Powdering up, got the powder everywhere, LeBron James style.
I'm telling that story earlier, and our friend Bertrand, he's telling me about the funniest. I think it was Ray Romano. He was doing a stand-up bit, and he said he doesn't mind. Now that he's older, he doesn't mind. It doesn't hurt as much whenever his nephew or his sons punch him in the balls because it's like punching a curtain.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
But it's those guys with the big saggies that they like you have the towel service at some of the YMCAs where you can grab a towel when you walk in.
Oh, yeah.
And I used to do that all the time. Like I would grab one of those towels, and they're white towels, until I walked into the men's locker room.
Not anymore.
And there was this old guy just sawing it back and forth. Balls gliding along.
Sawing it.
And it was like a slow, deliberate, like,
no.
You could. I can only imagine. I mean, I know he just got out of the shower, but man, I don't want anything that's been sawing on your butthole.
Hey, I can't wait to go home. And when my wife asked me about what did I do today, I talked about old guys' balls and their butthole. that's what I did.
Feels like a curtain.
Or you could say, I didn't get fired. Whoa.
Well, that's a plus. Hey.
Yeah, that's always a plus. I had to warn Katie before when I did get fired this last time. I told her, and I go, hey, can you give the kids a heads up? Because I don't want the last few times where it's like, seriously, my 7-year-old looks at me, he goes, God, you got fired again?
Yes, son.
Not really great. Yeah.
For more, check us out at FinalDraftRadio.com.